I got my first job on a brand new project called Western Employment that was led out by Western Care Association. It was, at that time, everything was getting short bursts of funding and things didn't tend to last. But it was my introduction to my first taste of support employment. I was a job finder. I was sent out to look for employers who were willing to take on people with disabilities. I kind of wasn't fully confident in this whole idea at the time. My own experience of disability at that time would have been very, I wouldn't have had much exposure. Like mainstream education, there was nobody with a disability in the school. I had a cousin in Donegal who had significant disabilities, and if I'm honest, and I said it in my interview that day, I was actually afraid of her. Okay, so I came into years later to a work situation to work with people with disabilities, and the reason I'm telling you this is because I think it's quite relevant when you go out and approach people on behalf of people with disabilities. Everybody has a preconceived notion of disability. Mine was one cousin who I knew who sadly passed away at a young age, and I was afraid of her. So I'm bringing that baggage into my new job with me. Through that time at Western Care, I got to meet a lot of people with wide-ranging levels of skills and ability, and I very quickly learned that there was not only these people had ability to give something to the employer, but it also changed my perception of disability. The reason I tell that story is because every time I approach an employer now and I mention the word disability, I'm very conscious that every employer or every person you speak to about disability, even socially, may have one experience or very little experience of disability, and that's what they hold. So they might see a wheelchair, they might see my cousin Gail, who knows what they're seeing in their head. So there's a lot of work to break down those barriers and to get doors open for people.